Last month, a friend of mine, 12 years in marketing, got an email from HR. Not a warning, not a performance review, a termination notice. His entire role given to an AI tool that costs $49 a month. And the scary part? He never saw it coming. He thought 12 years of experience made him untouchable. He was wrong. So before we dive in, I want to ask you one question. What makes you different from him? I'm James, and today I have with me someone who has spent years studying exactly this: the future of work, AI's real impact, and more importantly, what you can actually do about it. Sara, welcome to FutureTalk.
Thank you, James. That story you just told, I hear versions of it every single week. And the sad truth is, most people are completely unprepared for what's coming. But here's what I want listeners to know from the very start. This is not a doom story. This is a preparation story. There is a very clear path forward if you know where to look.
And that's exactly what we're here for today. 10 jobs that AI genuinely cannot replace by 2030. The skills that make you untouchable, and a real action plan you can start today. Let's make sure your name is on the right list. Stay with us. Sara, let's set the stage. We hear this number thrown around. AI will take millions of jobs. But what does the actual data say?
So the World Economic Forum's 2025 report gives us the clearest picture we have right now. And yes, 92 million jobs are at risk by 2030. That's real. That's scary. I'm not going to minimize that. But the same report tells us something almost nobody talks about: 170 million new jobs, net positive. And this is the critical part, only for people who are prepared. The people who aren't, they fall into that 92 million. That's the divide that's coming.
So it's really a question of which side of that divide you're on, and that's entirely based on what you do in the next few years.
Exactly. And the single most important insight I can give your listeners is this: AI takes jobs that are repetitive, predictable, and rules-based. It cannot replace what is genuinely human: empathy, creativity, judgment, leadership, physical presence. So the question isn't, will AI take jobs? We know it will. The real question is, does your job rely on being human?
I love that framing. All right, let's get into the list. You've researched this extensively. What are the 10 jobs that are genuinely safe in 2030?
Let's start with the most ironic one, the job created because of AI that AI itself cannot do. Job number 1, AI trainer and prompt engineer. AI systems need humans to train them, to tell them what's right, what's wrong, what's nuanced. That person is called an AI trainer or prompt engineer, and the demand for this role is exploding right now. Someone has to sit above the machine and give it human judgment. No algorithm can replace that. Salary range internationally, $80,000 to $150,000 a year. Fully remote, accessible from anywhere in the world.
And you can get into this field without a traditional degree, right? Prompt engineering is something you can learn online.
Absolutely, and that accessibility is one of the biggest opportunities right now. Let's move to number 2. Job number 2, Cybersecurity Specialist. By 2030, everything is connected. Smart cities, autonomous vehicles, digital hospitals. And when everything is connected, everything is vulnerable. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The hackers are using AI too, which means stopping them requires human creativity, the ability to think like an attacker, anticipate the unexpected, outsmart rather than outcompute. The World Economic Forum calls this one of the highest growth roles of the entire decade. Demand is going exponential.
It's a classic arms race, isn't it? The more powerful AI becomes, the more dangerous the threat, and the more valuable the people defending against it.
Perfectly put. And number 3 might be the one that surprises people the most. Job number 3, mental health professional. Here's something nobody's talking about. The more AI automates the world, the lonelier humans become. Anxiety is rising, isolation is rising, depression is at record levels. Yes, there are AI therapy apps and wellness chatbots, but none of them can give you what a real human therapist gives you: genuine presence, real empathy, the sense that another human being truly sees you. Healthcare is projected to create 34 million new roles by 2030. Mental health is leading that wave. This job is completely AI-proof.
That's a really powerful point. The technology that creates the problem also creates the demand for the solution, but that solution has to be human.
Exactly. Job number 4, creative director and content strategist. AI can generate content at scale, we all know that. But here's what AI fundamentally doesn't have: taste, vision, cultural intuition. A creative director sits above the AI tools and makes the calls that only humans can make. Does this feel right? Does this connect? Is this authentic to the brand? The shift is from executor to director. AI does the doing, you do the deciding. That role is not going anywhere.
AI as the engine, human as the driver.
What's number 5? Job number 5, robotics and automation engineer. The automation revolution needs human engineers to build it, maintain it, and fix it when it breaks. Robotics engineers, automation technicians, mechatronics specialists, these are the people who make the machines work. Advanced manufacturing is one of the single biggest growth sectors going into 2030. And here's the truth that most people miss: the more we automate, the more skilled engineers we need. Job number 6, teacher and vocational trainer. World Economic Forum data: 10% job growth in education by 2027, 3 million new roles. Why? Because as AI keeps changing everything, people constantly need to reskill. But here's what no AI system can replace: the teacher who actually changes the direction of someone's life. Inspiration, mentorship, the human relationship between a great teacher and a student. That is completely irreplaceable.
I think about my own teachers. The ones who mattered weren't just delivering information, they were shaping how I think. No algorithm does that.
That's exactly it. Job number 7, healthcare professional. AI is transforming medicine, reading scans, suggesting diagnoses, identifying patterns humans miss. That's genuinely incredible. But surgery, emergency decisions under pressure, holding a patient's hand when they're terrified, that is human-only territory, full stop. Healthcare will be the single biggest job-creating sector of 2030, 34 million new roles globally. AI is medicine's most powerful tool. It is not its replacement. Job number 8, leadership and management. A survey asked 600 employees, would you work under an AI manager? 57% said no. They simply don't trust it. Leadership is not about having the best data. It's about being someone people believe in, someone who builds culture, someone whose vision people are willing to follow. McKinsey and the World Economic Forum both rank leadership, critical thinking, and people management as the top skills for 2030. You cannot automate trust.
And arguably, great leadership becomes even more valuable when the rest of the workforce is using AI. You need a human at the top making the calls that truly matter. Job number 9, skilled trades, electricians, plumbers, HVAC technicians. This one surprises people every single time, but these are among the safest jobs going into 2030. Why? Because they require physical presence in the unpredictable real world, on-the-spot problem solving, hands that adapt to situations no algorithm could ever anticipate. No AI is climbing onto your roof. No robot is fixing your pipes at midnight. The human body operating in the physical world is still AI's greatest limitation. Job number 10, data analyst and AI strategist. AI generates ocean sizes of data every day, every second. But someone has to translate that data into actual decisions that move a business forward. That's the AI strategist. They sit above the machine and decide, what is AI getting right? What is it missing? What should we actually do with this insight? IMF report, jobs with new technical skills already paid 3% more. Data plus AI knowledge is the single highest earning combination going into 2030.
Sarah, that's a remarkable list. And the thread running through all 10 is that they require something distinctly human. Which brings me to the next question. What are the actual skills people need to develop right now?
So the World Economic Forum's 2025 data tells us something that should stop everyone in their tracks. By 2030, 40% of core job skills will be fundamentally different from today. 40% in 6 years. That's not gradual evolution, that's a shock to the system. And the people who thrive will be those who've built these 5 skills, which work across every single job on that list. Skill number 1, AI literacy. Not coding, not engineering, just the ability to understand what AI does, use it effectively, and know its limits. The people using AI will replace the people who aren't. That shift is already happening. Skill number 2, critical thinking and problem solving. AI finds patterns in existing data, but solving a genuinely new problem, handling something that breaks all the rules, that remains uniquely human. Train your thinking, challenge assumptions. This is 2030's most valuable currency. Skill number 3, emotional intelligence. IQ gets you in the door, EQ keeps you in the room. Managing people, building trust, resolving conflict under pressure, IMF data shows emotional intelligence is growing faster than any other skill category. AI has no answer for it. Skill number 4, adaptability and lifelong learning. The game will change again and again. The person who can learn, unlearn, and relearn is never obsolete. This isn't a skill you develop once, it's a mindset you maintain every single day. Skill number 5, cross-disciplinary thinking. The biggest breakthroughs happen at the intersection of fields. The doctor who understands technology, the engineer who understands human psychology. In 2030, the most valuable people connect expertise across domains, not just within one silo.
And what I notice is that none of these 5 skills require a formal degree. These are developed through experience, reflection, and deliberate practice.
That's exactly right. And that actually makes them more accessible, not less. You don't need a degree to build emotional intelligence or adaptability. You need intention, which leads perfectly into the action plan. Sarah, give me the practical side. Someone's listening right now, feeling a little overwhelmed.
What do they actually do starting today? 3 steps. Clear, simple, and it starts today, not next week. Step 1, this week. Audit your own job. Take a piece of paper and write down everything you do at work. Mark what's repetitive, that's your risk. Mark what's creative, emotional, or relationship-driven, that's your protection. Be brutally honest. Most people overestimate how human their job really is. Step 2, this month. Pick one skill and go deep. From that list of 5, pick the one most relevant to your field. One skill, full focus, 30 days. Coursera, YouTube, LinkedIn Learning, AI tools themselves, the resources exist. The people who fail are the ones who try to learn everything at once and end up learning nothing. Step 3, this year, invest in your network. By 2030, jobs won't come only from skills, they'll come from trust. Update your LinkedIn, join communities. Connect with people in your field who are thinking about the future. Relationships are the one thing AI can never build for you.
I love that step 1 costs nothing and takes 20 minutes. There is genuinely no excuse not to start today. Sarah, before we close, one last thought for the person who is still listening right now and still feeling unsure. What do you tell them?
I tell them what I tell every single person I work with. The people who don't make it through this transition are not the ones who fought AI. They are the ones who did nothing. You are not in that group. The fact that you listened to this today puts you ahead of most people.
Now the only question is what you do with it.
I want to bring it back to where we started. My friend who got that termination notice, he called me last week. He said, "I wish someone had told me earlier. I'm rebuilding now, but I'm rebuilding smart." You don't have to rebuild. You can build right, starting today. If this episode helped you, share it with one person who needs to hear it. That's how we grow this community. Subscribe, because next week Sarah is back, and we are going deep on how to learn these skills completely for free. You do not want to miss that one. And drop a comment. Which of these 10 jobs speaks to you? I personally read every single one. Sarah, thank you so much. This has been genuinely invaluable.
Thank you for having me, James. And to everyone listening, the future belongs to the prepared. Go be prepared.
This is FutureTalk. The future isn't something that happens to you. It's something you build. See you next week.